Let's kind of flip into next year. I want to talk a little bit about, you're like, hey, great, Paul, but like, what are all the different fees that are involved? Well, let's talk a little bit about that. To apply for funding is at no cost and no risk to you. So you don't pay anything. Because what happens is that when you apply for the funding, so you put in the property to get it submitted, see what kind of funding you get back, you'll get a term sheet back within around 24 hours. What happens is that at that time, when you look at the term sheet and you determine all the terms of the funding, when that is okay for you, you agree to that, you sign that, then there is a $40 application fee that is collected at that time. Nothing beyond that. So if you just want to get a property submitted, you want us to take a look at it, that is at no cost to you. Now after that, that goes straight into underwriting beyond that point. But in terms of at closing, at the time of closing, call it in 3 weeks, the fundee will pay the following at closing. So there's recording costs, pretty standard in terms of closing costs, your transfer taxes, your closing expenses. One thing as well is that there is a collateral review fee per asset. If, for example, the property, because we do an official appraisal on it afterwards when it goes into underwriting to ensure that it is the property that you submitted, it's still standing and not burnt to a crisp. We do an official assessment of it just because we want to evaluate the collateral. If everything looks good, fantastic, we move forward towards closing. Now, in the event that it doesn't, for some reason, it is a completely different property than what we thought it was, or, got burnt to a crisp to the ground, it's no longer standing, then the funding will obviously change, or it might, fall through. Now, in that particular situation, the borrower, the fundee, pays that $500. Reason for that is we want there to be skin in the game for everybody. We want quality properties to come through. We don't want a situation where people are submitting any kind of property, throwing spaghetti up against the wall and kind of seeing what sticks. Really important that everybody involved is in a partnership. And so this really ensures that, hey, there's skin in the game for everybody involved. So, we're having quality properties come through that investors are serious about, instead of just kind of, fishing and seeing what's available for them. So there is an origination fee of 4% as well. We're really upfront about that, and kind of transactional kind of costs. So those are the fees that are involved, pretty standard in terms of overall closing costs.